Hey everyone, welcome to Inverse Gentleman Plays Hearts of Iron 4. I'll be playing as Greece. I've done a few practice runs of this and done decently well. All sort of hinges on how quickly we can become fascist. So we're going to start off with political effort. We will be researching machine tools because basically you always do that thing. I'll wait on electrical engineering. I know efficiency's sake, like I should do it straight away, but there's other stuff we want first because we want to go into an early war. So we want artillery, and we want a Great War tank. For now, let's just produce support equipment. And we will make some civilian factories for now, but after that we're going to go full tilt on military factories. Okay. And our main general set up along this border because our first step will be to take Yugoslavia. Next we're going to try and take Turkey. It's a little difficult to take both of them. It really does depend on how quickly we can become fascist. I actually saw it proc at 33% in one of my playthroughs, which was like, if that happened again it'd be amazing. Until then there's not really a lot to do but wait. So we'll play at speed 5 and just research up. Ooh, bit of a frame rate hit at speed 5. I also learnt recently that you can look at, I just didn't see it, I'm blind, you hit details and you can see a bunch about them. Their laws and government, their troops, they've got between 12 and 31, military factories and all of that. So if we were to take them over we would get 15 to 18 rather military factories. It looks like they're converting them to, sorry, civilian factories. It looks like they're converting them to military factories as we speak, though. We should probably start recruiting, but we won't be, they won't be getting any equipment for some time, I don't think, because we do need a bunch of reinforcements. Nationalist Spain is procced. We will be going fascist, but we'll be forming our own faction. Hopefully with Bulgaria. I've been able to get Bulgaria to join my faction a few times before. But before we go down that path, we are going to go down army effort. I would love to go down here and get the extra research slot. I usually do try and do that really early, but I think we're best off going for armor effort first, and then going for going down this path. It gives us a bunch of extra recruitable population, which is really nice and allows us to form our own faction. Might not be the right decision. These, even if you just get the civilian factories, it does help a fair bit, and that extra research slot is super valuable. But I don't think we'll fall too far behind with 3 research slots, not straight away. So our first buy is going to be a fascist demagogue, and I don't usually go for the option that I just went for there, the younger generation, but I read somewhere that it is a better option. It's more likely to flip your country without a civil war. There we go. Just manipulating that line so it does go through Belgrade. We don't have any army experience, but we will be grabbing a bunch from these. I believe we should get it from a few of these, or is it only doctrine? Looks like it might only be, it's only doctrine effort. So we might grab doctrine effort 2, especially since with research I want to be using medium tanks, I think. Light tanks are nice, but eventually we'll be at war with Germany, and if we're at war with Germany, our light tanks are going to be beaten by their light tanks, where if we have some medium tanks, it's going to, you know, work out well for us. So I will do this first because that 10 experience is going to be very valuable. Okay, so this event popped, unfortunately. There must be a chance here, 27%, for it to just switch your government over. So unfortunately we're not going to get an early start, which may mean that the war with Turkey doesn't happen the way I want it to happen. But they must unite the people first, then rule them. You can, if you hit this, you get a civil war, and it's quite difficult to win that civil war. So we're just going to hit, you must unite the people first. Gonna keep researching down this line. I think it's best for us to grab this. I do want to get some doctrine up. I'm probably going to go down superior firepower. I do like the motorized path, but Greece starts with so few troops that I think it's going to be much better off if we do things this way. How are you looking? Yeah, they're not training too much. I'm pretty sure we can take Yugoslavia once we change over to fascist. Because they won't be fascist, they'll be non-aligned. Their laws and government, like they will be able to switch over to a war economy, whereas they won't be able to until we declare war. Okay, we got the Great War Tank. We'll start researching a light tank, and then we want to finish that just after we finish this. So it'll just about work out 140, 167 days on getting armor effort, and 189 days on this. That won't go down at the end of the year. That takes that into account. But so yeah, we'll finish that roughly around when we want to. We can modify our government. I think we're best off going with a theorist, a military theorist, which is going to give us army experience every day, which will allow us to modify our troops. We do have 5 experience. What we want to do is get rid of these 2 infantry and throw artillery in there to give us a combat width of 20. We just got Doctrine Effort 2, which gave us extra points, which we will use to fix these guys up. That of course means that we're massively out of artillery. I probably should have started making this before, I forgot. We'll just start with 2. I don't expect that I expect that we'll have these guys fixed up before the first war. Even if we were to switch over to fascist right now, it does take some time to make your claims, fabricate your claims. That's the word I was looking for, fabricate. After this, we'll probably hold off on spending the points. We are fairly low on manpower, and we do want to change civilian economy over to war economy. These are being cranked out. Obviously, every one of these you build, the next one builds faster. I usually would just build military factories, and that's real bad. So Italy fit just next to Ethiopia. Sometimes it takes them longer. That means that they can now do Triumph in Africa, which leads to claims on Yugoslavia, which means that they may be able to get to war with Yugoslavia before we're able to. I don't know that we can take on Turkey as we are. If I have to, I will. I'd much prefer to get the production of Yugoslavia under our belts before we do. Okay, so artillery's all finished up. We'll probably pick up motorized. It's quite good to have, and with the doctrine thing we just got, it costs us barely anything, like 36 days. And then we will, I imagine, go for the increased research speed through electronics. Damn, we got that event again. That's really bad. We're at 33%, so that's where I've seen it. I've gotten it there before, and that really made it easy to pick up Yugoslavia and start the war with Turkey before the World War II started. If we can't, we can't. I really do want Turkey though, to the point that I may just try to fight Turkey without the extra production. Hope that we can just be... To that end, I'm going to pick up some Marines. I didn't do this last time and it hurt me because there's a bunch of crossings that you need to do. We probably won't do the Istanbul crossing straight. It's a little too difficult to... like, it's way too hard, basically. We will, I think, pick up Tank Designer. I don't know if this will change it. Yeah, it will. Sweet. See that? So now we're down to 28 days and it has the Armour Company bonus on it. Which it wouldn't have, I don't think, if we hadn't switched. We got Mechanization effort, we got Armour effort. We are going to finish this armour before we... oh, sorry. Yeah, we're going to finish this before we get the bonus to research, which is unfortunate, but it shouldn't matter too much. We'll just wait. I think it's still 30 days, so as long as we get to 40... Okay. Question here is... Okay, so we can save up to 30 days of research, and we've got 43 days. Okay, I'm gonna start researching something else, and just use this slot to research the tank. We have a cheap land doctrine, so this stuff's really nice. I do quite like, especially down here, if I mechanize all my troops, how much bonuses that gives. But short term, the extra soft attack and breakthrough and the like from the superior firepower tree is just too nice to pass up. In terms of naval, I forgot to do it. I do like to just go and start building convoys from the start of the game, and that's all I'll build navally. I will... I'm probably not going to build any air force or any navy. As a larger country, you can afford to sort of put resources into that. I would rather have the 20% armor effort, which means we're going to start going down this tree, which is going to help us become fascist as well. I was hoping for the lucky proc, didn't get it, but once we get to 50% or so, it really should just switch over. Oh, no, here we go. Stop. Happened, oh, no, this is right. Okay. So, we got fascist support in the military. Got that. Got this. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to add tanks to my infantry, rather than having dedicated tank units. Last time I tried dedicated tank units, and ultimately when the war with I won the war with Germany, although I didn't get that much. But then the war that I had with Russia after that, I lost, and it was I think it was largely because I'd tried to focus on getting a bunch of medium tanks to face off against Germany, and while I had them, I just didn't have the frontage to beat Russia. in a war. Like there was too many units. So instead, I'm going to go for integrated tank infantry units. I don't know how that works, like how good it is. I'll look at it. Like I'll look at what it does to the stats, but I'm pretty sure, like logically, throwing the tanks in with the units. Yeah, so we've got an ahead of time penalty here, but it's halved. Like the research is halved, so it's not taking us that long, which is pretty damn good. We're up to 174 points. I'll wait until we get to 250, then I'll... Oh, God. Well, here we go. Some will say as they saw it coming, both those who warned against the dangers of fascism and those who extolled it as a saviour of Greece have found their prophecies made reality today. As the military in Thessaly overthrew the Metaxay-led government and seized power. Ioannis Metaxas is missing, rumoured to have gone into exile, and the coup has been met with little initial resistance. The new Greek leadership has no plans to allow resistance to grow either. Martial law has been declared, and with the changes that are underway, whatever comes after is unlikely to be very different. Okay, so goodbye Ioannis. Hello Georgios Cosmidius. Which will allow us to change, like this really... So right now we've got 4 military factories and 9 civilian factories with 150 points. We now have 12 civilian factories and we still have 4 military factories. Wait, really? Is that how it works? Is that... I thought it... that's interesting. Oh, it's... Sorry. It increases military factory construction speed, not the amount of military factories you have. I didn't realise that. Okay. I think that means that I'm going to stop on this for now and just go straight to building military factories with the bonus we have. And we're also going to justify a war goal. I think we can't afford it. We can't. We need 49 political power. We have got Marines. I will hold off on training them until we... until close to the war with Turkey. They're not going to help at all in the war with Yugoslavia. Could get mechanized, but wow, that's way too far ahead of time, even with the bonuses. What do we want? I suspect that we want the industry. Or this. I think we want that actually. And we'll get the industry in a moment when that's finished. 49 points. We are getting a 10% boost to our political power gain because of changing to fascism, which translates to a bonus of 0.20 because it's before we take away the 1 political power we spend on our focus. We will... Okay, actually, let's see. Okay, so Italy is not going for victory in Africa, which means that we're still on for the war with Yugoslavia. I'm also going to improve relations with Italy when I get a chance. It's very... I wouldn't want Italy in my faction, even if I could get them in my faction, but I do want to avoid a war with them. That's all that's going to be doing is spending the bonus that we get. I don't want to avoid a war with them because they will end up with claims on Dalmatia and Slovenia through their focus tree. We have 17... How long have we got on medium tanks? We won't be able to produce any medium tanks for this war, and I think that short term we should pull some tanks in, so we are going to be going for light tanks too briefly. As you can see, we're nearly done on towed artillery. And I'm going to probably split my units in half here. It costs 25 for a light tank, and we're also going to have to get rid of an infantry to get our combat width to 20. What does that do? So our HP goes down fairly big. Suppression goes down, weight goes down, soft attack goes up, hard attack goes up, defense goes down, which is unfortunate. Maybe it's not worth doing it. Armor goes up to 5.6. Is that worth? Wait. That's really significant. That's quite amazing, actually. Given that a light tank. If we were to do 2 light tanks, let's have a look. Well, what's our piercing on these guys? Piercing is 16. That's with artillery, though. Let's duplicate for now. I just want to see. So our piercing is 4 on a regular unit. That's what the AI is probably going to be using. So if we have just 1 light tank in with our units, the entire unit's defense is going to increase over what they can pierce. That's ridiculous. Wow, Paradox didn't... I mean, it makes some sense. You know, no, it doesn't, because, like, unless 7 battalions are hiding behind a goddamn tank, like, their soft attack should still be hitting the infantry part of my units, but it's not, which is amazing. Like that's broken. I'm gonna do it, but it's broken. Like that's... If we... Oh my god, how much is a medium tank at? Medium tanks at heaps more. Medium tanks at like 10 or something, maybe more. I could have like my main infantry for the cost of 1 tank per battalion. Ridiculously above and beyond what the enemy can field. Hopefully we're going to get the experience to make that change. Like that's usually I try and grab support for my troops and stuff to attempt to get some superiority. But that is going to be like a lot more worthwhile than any support unit could ever be. Wow. Okay. Cool. That's going to help a lot. I mean, actually that's going to mean really good things for a war against Turkey. That's actually going to mean that I am happy enough. Okay, so you will be done on the 11th of February. If I was to start justifying a war goal on you, retake core. You know what? That's right. So the really cool thing that I learnt last time is that if you do retake core state as your war goal, it never goes away. It never, like, usually when you do a war goal, it's like, oh, this will last for like 2 months or something. If you do retake state, it will last for yonks. As you can see, we're now up to, like, our manpower is really high. This is great, because what it means is effectively what we've bought with this focus, like taking militarism and military youth, is we've bought a lot longer unlimited conscription. Having to move to extensive conscription would increase our training time by 10%. So that's really what we've bought. We've bought 150 we've bought the use of 150 political power points earlier. Like we get to use 150 points earlier than we would have because we don't have to use extensive conscription. And we've also built 10% training time. It's I think 11% faster training time if you're going that way, because yeah, we're getting, if you're looking at it from the perspective of us going down, we're going from 1.1 to 1, not lose, like, yeah, it's less, sorry, 9%. 9%. Silly me, I went the wrong way. I am bad at the maths. Okay. I think I want to do this. Oh, I've already done that. I did that. Silly me. Cool, we'll do mechanical computing then. So, I find in a lot of cases, apart from the First War where it matters a bit more, researching radar tends to be a waste for me. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that effectively use it, but for me, most of the time, I either forget or it just doesn't make sense to build radar along a border that's gonna move. Like it's so quick to, unless I'm putting it, I've got a decent air force and maybe I'm putting it over my home borders. Even that doesn't make sense because the AI tends not to bother. Like, the AI has problems bombing your, 24%, that's bad. We need to hit Japan, fucking Japan. Are you winning? Okay, no, it's fine. Japan's raised the world tension. It needs to stay under 24% so that these guys don't get guaranteed by France. We can't be drawn into war with France, it'll kill us. We have more than enough. Yeah, let's see. How many light tanks do we have? We have 48 light tanks. And it would cost us $600 light tanks, so we can't really afford to do that. We will duplicate and put in a light tank. Oh, or is that? I think this might be better. We're getting a bunch of attack from the tank. We're losing one. What are we losing here? No, we lose way too much. I think we lose one of these to maintain that 20 combat width. And we're just going to change these guys over as we have the tanks available. So you can do more by hitting this button. It'll change all of the divisions that you're looking at's template. Very, very useful. For now though, we're just going to change over this unit to infantry type 1. What we're also going to do is going to edit infantry type 1 to make them our elite units. This means that any units we switch over will get behind. We'll get the equipment first, and obviously they're going to make better use of the equipment than anyone else is. So we're nearly done with that. We've got military youth giving us even more conscription. I think we do just keep going down this path, and we get an extra 10%. So there's a 20% swing, just about 19% or 18%, something like that, swing on division training time by going down this route, at least for some time. But we do want this so we can make our own faction. We want to do that fairly early because potentially we can, in fact, I'm going to start improving relations with Bulgaria, and we can potentially get Bulgaria into our faction. I'll start boosting Italy should end up boosting this so they become fascist. We can modify our government. We probably want a chief of army, 10% division attack, maybe military high command. Artillery attack plus 15% is super nice. Well, let's. What would give us a better result? Of our soft attack, which is in this case 131, more than 50% is part of our artillery, although on this side okay, I think we are best off that's fine actually. It's going to work out the same. We're only going to train one more of these and we're going to start training these guys. I think we are best off just going flat up Army Offense, Division Attack plus 10%, because that'll affect all of our bits and bobs, and then after that we're better off going with Artillery Expert over Infantry Expert, because our Infantry Division Attack is lower than our Artillery Attack anyway, like in terms of its composition in our armies. So again, once we get up to roughly... okay, so the problem here is that part of this is going into our training budget, which I don't want. So we aren't, in fact, I lied, we're not going to train these. We're going to keep training these for now until we get closer to... what are we at? We're at 0, apparently. That'll go up 25. I think 25 is enough to change another unit over. Okay. And we've now got medium tanks. So I think we go heavy on industry here because we desperately need it. We're actually behind on industry. That should be okay. They've actually got a proper tank unit, but I actually suspect that that tank unit is just going to be like 2 tanks or something worthless, and it's not going to help them. They'll have no organisation, so they'll fall apart very, very quickly. So we will grab this unit, change them over to infantry type 1, and we're also going to, once this production is, how's it going to work? No, you know what? I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna drop this back to 1, which is gonna take a while for that unit to switch over. That's fine. We still get 2.5 for a week. They're not going to be at full speed, but they're still going to be... No. We're going to wait a second on that. Just until light tanks hits... Okay, Istanbul is finished. Now if we look at this, that war goal never goes away. So we're in the clear there, and it might mean that no one guarantees it, as long as we can take it before world tension hits the point where they can join someone. We need 4, 2, 1. That's close enough. I'm going to bump that down to 1, and I'm going to start building medium tanks. And at this point, these guys are on default because they're no longer our main unit, or at least they won't be soon. We don't have the military points to actually do this just yet. But what I want to do is throw in a medium tank, which is going to make our armor 22, which is like even late game. That's going to be enough to protect our units. Like later on, we may wish to add an extra armor to it, like in the war again. You know, 22 is more than enough. This is ridiculous. This is freaking ludicrous. So we need an extra 25 points. To do that. Or an extra 2 points rather. World tension is staying under. Anschluss, shit, 26%. Stop. Okay, we need to declare war right now. Before... I think they should be happy about this anyway, yeah. Inferior enemy. Declare war right now before France has a chance to guarantee them. And we will start getting... We should win these. Especially the 2 units. The 2 tank units. Actually, while I'm here... Okay, once mechanical computing's done... No, I need it now. I'm going to grab... maintenance company, and that's going to be one of the first things I add to terrorism. Italy wants to send us volunteers, so does Germany. I'll take them. That'll raise world tension, but not appreciably. We're at enough to start doing this. Medium tanks, and we'll remove you. And save. I'm going to change this to that. Oh shite. I didn't duplicate it. That's a real problem. Oh well. Looks like all of our main units are this now. Fun times. I forgot to duplicate it or something. We desperately need more tanks. At some point we'll switch those other units over. Even so, like we... Look at that. So this unit is infantry, ostensibly. Nothing can pierce it, which means that the enemy gets a bunch less organization and we get more attack and more defense, and it's just overall just amazing. And we're pushing them back, like we're slaughtering them. One of Yugoslavia's biggest problems is that it has had to maintain its border against Italy as well, which means it can't have enough troops down here, which means that by the time it realizes it needs to pull troops down to here, we've already like destroyed their organization. Like, yeah, they've got these units on the front line, but if we look here, their organization is to crap. So we can just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And if we can see where the tank is, I think we might have even killed their tank. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we killed their tank as well. And with the Germans helping us, it looks like they sent a tank. Did I see a tank there somewhere? I thought I did. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, this war with Yugoslavia is going damn well, and it's going to end early enough that we should be able to fight Turkey. That in mind, we are going to build, or recruit rather, what are you guys? Marines? Okay. Want 10 combat width on these guys. And I'm going to train up, say 3. Hopefully we are able to get them in time for the war. Obviously we're low on infantry equipment and artillery, which hurts, but we'll get more factories from up here. Oh, we're losing a battle. Even with this guy involved, although we've got... Okay, Division Solaris, we do have a tank from Germany helping us, which means we're just going to roll over them. We need tungsten, which 1 tungsten. So if we look at this, we've got 9 tungsten. We're missing out on not much. Like it's not reducing the speed very much. In fact, I might even for now throw that down to that and just grab more infantry equipment, because we need that badly, as well as a little bit more artillery. Light tanks, once we've got sufficient in stock, as you can see, we're using them with the units that are fighting here. We're using up the light tanks a little bit, so we've only got 9 units. We'll need those to reinforce. Anyway, I think I'll leave it here, gentlemen. I'll see you on the other side.